Okay, guys. So, if you're embarrassed about ride sharing, this one is for you. This one is for you. Let me tell you my story. Let me start with the story. When I started, I think it was 2022. Well, when I started, okay. Before I started, rather, I was working in this place. It was in Asokoro, very close to the AYA area. I was working in that office. So when I started, at one point in time, there was this, my co-worker, lady, booked me. I didn't know she was the one. Obviously, we never really talked that much. I didn't have a number, so there was no way of knowing until I got to the point of pickup. As you can imagine, it was awkward, right? It was awkward because everybody seems to think anybody who ends up doing Uber, not ends up, but like does Uber is at their lowest, isn't it? So, and she was a lady, and it's like double steez drop or something like that. Bro, but what can I do? Am I going to cancel the trip? I was right in front of her. She could see me. I could see her. Okay, fine. Let's go. So I picked her and then we went to the place. In fact, she even told me to wait. I was going to bring her back. So that's what we did. And since that day, mind you, I've never had to pick anybody I think I know. I don't think I've ever had to pick anybody I know. But here's the thing, it's very human to feel a sense of embarrassment or shame or mortification. It's very, very human. But don't let that stop you. Feel the shame, do it anyway. One time I was talking to this two elderly couple. I carried them and then they were having a conversation. You know how parents' conversation is it that they're asking about your life prospect or they're trying to advise you? So they were asking me, what did you study and blah 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 blah. And I told them and they're like, and then this Nigeria thing happened to you? There I was thinking like, Nigeria did not happen to me. I picked, like it was a choice. It was a very conscious choice because I was working before in an office and God knows I hated that job. Like I couldn't stand it for one more day and I rather did this. But I couldn't even explain that to them because everybody is always of the mind that anybody who is doing Bolt or Uber is truly at their lowest. So there I was, just playing along, like, yeah, Nigeria, yeah, whatever. I can't even begin to prove you otherwise or prove you wrong because then you will think I'm trying to get some merit for my choice. But that's not the case. I don't really need validation, okay? Be that as it may. Another time, there was somebody I was speaking to and he had this issue about his friends seeing him when he's doing Uber. So what he did was he tinted his glass. I've never seen a more black tint. He stood out, because his car was like a bright color, so the tint was very, very black. You think it's like a security agency or some politician in there. And what he always does is when he drives, even if he's sweating, he winds his glass only to like his eye level. So peradventure, he gets booked by somebody who will recognize him. He's going to be there and then, try to pick up the person before he decides if to pick up the person or not. This one event happened. He told me this. I wasn't there. He said it was an extension, Katampe extension. He had gone there to pick up somebody. And then the moment he's going there, he saw the lady. He said, I know this person. I think either he said from church or from school, I forgot to know. He said, I know this person now. He came close and then the lady already waved him down to like stop and all that. And then she turned back to discuss This my guy said he matched his car and left. I couldn't believe he did that. You know, it's it's like, bro, at some point you're going to have to come to understand that in the business that you're doing it for you. And the reason you're doing it for you is because it's the thing that makes the most sense at this point in time. I read the statistics. Now, I don't know how true it is, but do you know that 2.4% of Nigerians earn above or at least 200k? Now, what is the population of Nigeria? Let's start from that. Yeah, we're like 200. Always climbing because people keep burning anyhow. Bless their soul. But we're always climbing. Now, let's say we're at 200 million. 2% of 200 million, I believe that's like 4 million. I hope I'm correct. 4 million. Only 4 million Nigerians. I'm sure these statistics did not take into account things like the Yahoo boys and the Agberos, because I'm sure those guys also net around that amount. But think about it, just based on the statistics alone. 2.4% actually make at least 200k. That means you and me are among the 2%. Not the 1%, but the 2% at least. Right? We've been able to, and somehow somebody wants to shame you for deciding to earn good. Name me one government worker, one government department, if there are so many, because I don't know all of them. Most of these people earn around 100 and something. How much is minimum wage? It was like 70 or so, right? The policemen or all of them, they always have to find one side hustle or the other to kind of support themselves. Now, ride sharing for you and for me is enough. Like, we don't have to have a side hustle necessarily in order to feed fine from ride sharing. Very much encourage you to have as many side hustles as possible, but I'm just saying, if you were doing just ride sharing, you're good. You're literally good. And if we're even talking about 200, I literally earn the least when it comes to how much people earn. I've seen other people's numbers, very impressive numbers. And I think I earned the least because I work the least times in the week or in the month. So that means I'm basically the 2%. You who work more, how can you still be embarrassed? At another time, I saw this one guy. Not too long ago, actually. I think it was in November or so. I saw him last year. I knew him. He was like from the childhood or whatever. Oh, I saw him. So, of course, I came down and I greeted him, not to come and start acting like, nah, you didn't see me, or what the hell is all that? Another person we're talking to, he said he was so conscious about running into people that he knew, and well, the advice was, okay, go at night. There are a lot of people who actually work at night for this particular reason, simply because they don't want to run into people that they know for whatever reason. I think I'm saying that a lot. People just have this mentality that a lot of people know them, and they are like, their steez is constantly in check. They need to be doing something cool at all times. Don't be doing Uber. It's pathetic, man. Alright, it's pathetic. Make sure you're earning. I know somebody who works in prison, Nigerian Correctional Facility, or the whatever they call it, but they don't call it prison. I know another person who works in immigration. I know another person who works in fire service, and I don't know, police. All these people, their take home after the month is like 100 and something. Okay, and then sometimes they get bonuses or benefits. Sometimes 40k, sometimes 60k, randomly, but it's never static. And yet, okay, let's even talk about the bankers. How much do they really earn? Even the bank manager, I know this one account manager, Access Bank to be precise. What does he do? apart from whatever it is they're paying him, which I don't know what, but whatever it is they were paying him, clearly wasn't enough. Because I knew him when he started. I was still a kid there, but I remember. And then what he does now is, he's an account manager, right? So he sees who has what in their account. And when he gets to talking with these people, he tries to understand what line of business they're in. And when he obtains that, he then talks to another person who may likely be interested in investment. Because, for instance, a person has like 50 million in their account. Yeah, they'll be open to an investment. Let's say the investment was like 5 million. Yeah, no problem. You're not going to die or anything if 5 million doesn't yield anything, right? So he basically talks to this person and it's like, see, there is this business. I was literally right there in the bank when he was doing it. Well, I came with somebody, so I was telling the person, right? And he was like, yeah, this business was about some kind of a sugar business at the time. I'm sure there are so many others. It's like, no, we buy it now because sugar is projected to go up next week, so we stockpile it now. So as early as next week, you will literally get the return for your investment. And what he does is that he takes a percentage from the person who he helped get an investor. He takes a percentage. Dude is making mad money. He's bought his second car now. Everybody is looking for some side thing, except for the Uber guys. Some. Because they basically know that I just have to go out to work and I get the most out of it. How can you be embarrassed about that? How? It's human truly to feel that way. But do it anyway. And when you start doing it, you realize people don't really know you as much as you think. You're not that famous. Do you know how many people is 200 million? Okay, let's not even go to 200 million. Let's just say, okay, in Abuja we're like 5 million. Do you know how many people are 5 million? How many people do you know? How many people are on your WhatsApp? Let's start from there. And even up to 30. Most of them are like old schoolmates and friends that you never even talk with. Some of them you're like, how did I even, who are you? Some are even agents on your contact. You probably don't know that many people. Relax. You're not that famous. Okay? You're not that famous. Even though you are. Permit me to use the bad word. Fuck it. Just do your thing. Get your bread. Alright? And use your bread to grow. Get other bread. And you'll be fine. So don't be embarrassed. But if you must be, it's fine. Still, push through it. Okay? Push through it.